In the heart of the savannah, where the soil cracked in the dry season and blossomed with life in the rains, stood a small village. At the edge of that village lived Amara, a young woman known for her beauty and her kindness. Her beauty was not the sharp kind that burns like fire, but soft, like a lamp glowing in the dark. Her laughter was rare, but when it came, it sounded like water flowing over stones. Amara lived with her mother, who had grown weak with illness. Their hut was poor, their meals small, yet Amara never complained. Every morning, she walked to the great river with her calabash, humming to herself as the sun kissed her face. The villagers often said, "That river loves Amara. See how the waters dance when she comes near." And truly, it was so. The river always rippled when she touched it, as though it wanted to speak. One night, when the moon was swollen and golden, Amara went to the river alone. The air was heavy, filled with the scent of wet earth. She bent down to scoop water, when suddenly, the river began to stir. At first it swirled like a small whirlpool, then it rose higher and higher until a figure stepped out from the waves. It was a man, yet not a man. His body gleamed like polished stone, droplets of water clung to his skin like pearls, and his eyes glowed like the river at midnight. Amara stumbled backward, her heart racing. "Do not fear," the figure said, his voice deep and flowing. "I am Oba, spirit of this river. For many seasons, I have watched you, Amara. You carry kindness in your hands and light in your soul. I have chosen you to be my bride." Amara's lips trembled. A spirit's bride. She thought of her mother, frail and coughing on her mat at home. She thought of her life in the village. "I cannot," she whispered. "My mother needs me. I cannot leave her." Oba's gaze softened. The waters behind him calmed, almost as if they shared his mood. "Then I will not take you by force. But give me this promise, Amara, when the rains return and the river swells, you will come to me. Until then, I will wait." His eyes glowed brighter, and she felt the weight of his presence press against her chest. Trembling, Amara nodded. I promise." With that, Oba sank back into the river, leaving only ripples behind. If you have watched the video up to this point, subscribe, like and comment for more interesting stories. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months. The dry season came, and the river shrank into itself, moving lazily across its bed. Amara tried to forget, but the promise haunted her. Every time she went to fetch water, she felt the river's eyes on her. Then came Kofi, a young farmer. Strong, patient, with hands hardened by work, he often passed by Amara's hut, offering her mother fruits or yams from his farm. At first, Amara thought little of it. But one evening, when her mother was asleep, Kofi lingered at her doorway. They spoke softly, about the land, about their dreams, about the stars. And slowly, Amara began to smile again. Her heart, which had been tied to fear of the spirit, now leaned toward Kofi. He was gentle, steady, human. With him, she felt safe. But guilt gnawed at her. She had promised. The rains would come, and with them, Oba would return. The sky grew heavy with clouds, and the first thunder rolled across the horizon. The rains arrived with fury. The river, once shrunken, rose high and strong, roaring as though to remind the world of its power. That night, Amara dreamed of Oba. His voice filled her sleep. "Amara, I am waiting. Do not forget your word." She woke drenched in sweat, her heart pounding. Unable to bear the weight of silence, Amara told Kofi everything, the spirit, the promise, the vow she had made. Kofi's eyes widened, fear flickering across his face. But he did not let go of her hand. "You do not belong to him," he said firmly. "You belong where your heart chooses. A spirit cannot hold you if your soul does not wish it." But as he spoke, the river outside roared, and the wind howled through the huts, as though Oba had heard every word. That evening, Amara stood at the riverbank. Kofi was at her side, his hand clasping hers tightly. The waters churned, and from their depths, Oba rose once more. His eyes burned like lightning. "You promised me, Amara," his voice thundered. "I waited through the seasons, through the dry winds, through the silence of the earth. Now you would break your word." The river surged, splashing at their feet, rising higher and higher as if ready to swallow them whole. Amara's heart hammered. She looked at Oba's powerful form, then at Kofi's trembling but steady hand. Her voice cracked as she cried out, "I am sorry, Oba. But my heart belongs to another. I cannot give myself to you. Forgive me." The spirit's face darkened. Thunder split the sky. The river swelled, wrapping around Amara's ankles, tugging at her like invisible hands. Kofi held on to her, his jaw clenched, refusing to let go. "You will not take her," he shouted, his voice shaking yet strong. The river rose higher, water reaching Amara's waist, pulling, until suddenly, it stilled. Oba's voice came softer, like a sigh. "Amara, you are brave. You spoke your truth, even when fear gripped you. I will not punish you for choosing your heart. I release you." The waters receded, sinking back into calm. Oba's figure dissolved into the river, leaving only silence. The storm passed. The moon broke through the clouds, bathing the river in silver light. Amara fell into Kofi's arms, trembling with relief. From that night onward, she never heard Oba's voice again. Yet, whenever she passed the river, the water rippled gently, like a spirit bowing in respect. Amara and Kofi built their life together, with love as their foundation. She never forgot the spirit, nor the weight of her promise, but she learned that the truest vow is the one your heart makes freely. Lessons of the river. 1. Promises carry weight, make them with care. 2. Fear should never chain the heart, true love is born of choice, not force. 3. Even spirits respect truth when it is spoken with courage. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment. Thank you for watching.